Hi, welcome back to the Ketchikan Public Library's DIY with Gayle. I'm Gayle, and today we're going to make a pin cushion. You may remember in one of my previous videos I mentioned that my pins were very, very dull. Going into the knit you could really tell. So I want to show you how to make a pin cushion with the little secret ingredient that helps to sharpen your pins. Come on over here to the table and I'll show you what we need. So you need some cute little jar or just something you like. I even have the clay pot. The clay pot, all you have to do, put a little hot glue on the bottom of that thing after you paint it. Stick it on there. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. This happens to be some sort of candle holder. And I could see it as for needles. I wanted my needles to be in something different than my pins, and I'm going to use that secret ingredient, which is right here. Yep, steel wool. Now this is one piece. I actually cut it into 5 different pieces. I have 3 left over to play with you guys with. Do not get the kind with the soap in it. You will not like the smell and it could get wet and then you've got a mess. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a yo-yo. And so actually you're going to get the benefit of 2 things. The pin cushion and the yo-yo. I love yo-yos because when you make the yo-yo you can turn them into cute little things, accessories to go on your book bag that you made a couple of weeks ago, or on your hair bandanas, whatever. They're just wonderful, and you can make them in any different size you dream up. A lot of people make them a lot smaller than this and use them on quilts and stuff like that. I just like them as little accessories. And how you make a yo-yo is it's a circle. Okay, for our circle today I used this plate as my pattern, and it's right here on this fabric here. See? And I just felt it was the perfect size. I also love these plastic canvas pieces for cutting. They come in all different sizes, big, small, medium, and you can get them. Well, this one's been floating around since Ben Franklin days. But I mean, they're very inexpensive and they make great patterns for doing your yo-yos. Excuse me. To make a yo-yo, you decide on what size you needed. As I said, I decided I needed the dinner plate size. And to make a yo-yo, you can do this on your sewing machine, but I have a habit of breaking the thread when I pull to tighten, which is not a good thing because then you have to start over. So with a needle and thread, my thread is double thick, it's knotted at the end. And I just go along the edge here, in and out, and it just gathers up as you go. You do not have to be a neat sewer to do this, you just need to be able to go back and forth, back and forth. And it just goes along. And it gathers as you go, so you want to go all the way around that circle, just going up and down on that needle, in and out, in and out. It's not very big stitches, but it's not very small stitches either, and they certainly aren't straight, but they are up close to the edge, but not enough so that if it ever frayed or anything that it would come out. Okay, and then I just give it a pull every once in a while, and as you can see, it starts pulling together over here, okay? And so you're going to go all the way around. And what you end up with is this. Now, I made a lot of them because yo-yos are fun to make and you can use them for so many things. I just leave an extra long string. Okay, so now I'm going to open it up here. Make sure that you're holding on to that end of the string because you do not want to lose it. Okay? And I have determined that this is the size I want for my pin cushion. So I have some fiberfill over here. I'm going to grab a little handful of that. And it does take about a handful to fill this. I make a little hole in my center and grab one of my steel wool. Just wrap it up in there and then put that right in here. Remembering to hold on to your end. You do not want to lose your end. And just stuff it in there. Now you can stuff some more fiberfill in there, which I think I will. I want a little bit more. I'm gonna go for the canning jar for this one, okay? Now I'm adding that fiberfill at the bottom here. So my first chunk of fiberfill has my piece in it, my little, you know, so it's near the top there. Then I pull tight and just continue to pull. Put a little knot in it to hold it there tightly. And I'll probably take 2. There you go. Kind of shape it the way you want it to shape. And on this one, I'm going to do it on a canning jar. I like to have my buttons under there, so I'm going to attach it to the lid here, okay, like this, with my hot glue gun. And I'm going to do it on the fiberfill instead, or on the yo-yo instead of on the can lid itself, because I can then decide how much glue I want. And then just right in the middle of that little thing. Okay. Hold it for a minute. Now you can do this with either the hot glue or the medium glue gun, the cool glue gun. It doesn't really matter. Both of them are going to hold for about as long as a couple of years. And that's probably all you want it to hold anyway, because your pincushion will end up kind of dirty. Okay, so it still works beautifully. It's still going to go on this jar and close and do all the things that I want it to do. Let's have that. And then I have some notions over here, like a little ribbon to put around here. Maybe a little heart in the middle of that. Yeah. Go crazy. It's all for fun, right? Get the kids to help you. All for fun. Look at that. And then we'll throw some pins in that one. And there it is. That's the canning jar one. Okay? I kind of like it. Add more, add less. Whatever tickles your fancy. So over here to the little clay pot, which is now nice and cool, which means the glue is nice and dry on it. And I think I kind of like that color for that one. So I'm going to do the same thing one more time. Just take that, hanging onto that end, take that fiberfill and my little sharpening thing. Yeah, if you saw my knit skirt, oh my goodness, I had a heck of a time with the pins. They were so dull. And you can always tell in knit when you do that. All right, pulling it tight, nice and tight. And doing it with the double thread and the needle, see, I can really pull hard. And you can if you do the sewing machine too, but for some reason, I break it. So I don't want to break it. I just go with the flow. Works here, it works. Okay? Let's take off that tail. I forgot to take the one off that one. I'll have to go back and cut it. But same thing, make it the way you want it. I kind of like the mushroom look, kind of, for this one. So I'm going to flatten it a little bit. And again, I do it on the fabric itself just because that way I can direct it better. Oops. Add some glue, a little more glue, and then into my top. And doesn't it look like a little mushroom? A goofy little mushroom, but I like it. And so there's my other pincushion. All right, you get the idea. I'm going to move on to this one, which is going to be the needle, but you don't need to stay here for that. Isn't that cute? So there's our 2 pincushions that we made together today, and the one that I did just before doing this for my mom. This is her little container. And I love the blue material going with the bluebird. And then of course the gold that went with that beautiful gold on the, I think it's a creamer or something. I don't know. But anyway, have fun, enjoy. See you at the library. Remember, we are open for coming in and placing holds. Take care. We'll see you soon.